Cheers. Welcome back. Or welcome. If this is your first video, you missed out on all the goodness and all my weird jokes. Video 25. Drinking tea tonight. Not alcohol. Because as you read, it's 33 alcohol free. What are you drinking? Tell me. I've got tea. Tonight I watched Gladiator 2. It was good. It was actually good that I wasn't drinking and I could remember the ending. Which is good. Today, you ready to learn some more and shift our cognitive dissonance? Our relationship with alcohol is shifting as we learn. The truth will set you free. It seems to be setting me free. I'm thinking alcohol is not my friend. It pretends to be. It's a good faker. It fakes it. Start reading, Paul. Get into it. Norman Vincent Peale. I've been thinking about reading a book of his as well. I may have one in my book collection. But, as I've mentioned before, I am reading this one, Contemplative Prayer. Fallen over. Oh, there you are. Hope I didn't hurt you there. Contemplative Prayer. Thomas Merton. So that's popping up on my YouTube as I read along. It won't be daily like this one, but whenever I read a chapter, I'll record it. And you'll hear my musings as I learn how to meditate better. If you're into meditation, it might interest you. Anyway, I was talking about a quote. I got distracted, as always. Change your thoughts and change your world. Norman Vincent Peale. Before we talk about addictive personalities, let's take a drink. Drink with me. Ching. Let's agree on a definition of addiction. For simplicity and for our purpose today, we can say that addiction is nothing more than doing something on a regular basis that we don't want to do. Notice that there's a conflict or disagreement in that sentence. We're doing it. Find myself doing what I don't want to do. I want to do, but I don't do what I want to do. And I do what I don't want to do. I think Paul said something like that. But we don't want to be doing it. And we're doing it. There's cognitive dissonance because the conflict is happening inside our minds, our little brain box. It's understandable that we might think an addictive personality is to blame. Ooh, let's find out. While it's true that some people fall into the addiction cycle quickly and others never become dependent on alcohol, it's dangerous to use this term to describe people. Why, you may ask? Because it puts the blame squarely on the shoulders of the individual. It makes them solely responsible for their addictive behavior, even though it's the substance that's addictive. The way alcohol reacts chemically with our bodies is how we become addicted. Everyone's got the same chemical makeup. Everyone has the same chemical reactions. Everyone can be addicted to alcohol. The way alcohol reacts chemically with our bodies is how we become addicted. There are a whole host of factors involved, like age, weight, environment, culture, and yes, even personality. But the same personality traits that might contribute to an addiction can also be the way out. Interesting. Addictive personality, we can maybe use that as a superpower. Let's find out. The way in is the way out. So Annie says, in the alcohol experiment, as you know, Annie says in her case, I'm decisive, I have a strong will, I take commitment seriously. All these traits likely caused me to become addicted to alcohol. I was strongly committed to my decision to drink. When I decide to drink, I drink. If I'm doing it, I'm doing it. However, once I decided to stop drinking, I was equally strong-willed and committed. Maybe it might release the same for me and you. Let's use our superpower. The way in was also the way out. My father is the same way. He makes up his mind. He makes up his mind once and he sticks to it. When he was drinking, he meant he had no cognitive dissonance around alcohol. He liked to drink, so he did. Yeah, I agree. I was choosing to have that lifestyle, and I liked drinking, and I liked what I thought it was giving to me. And those same traits made it easy for him to stop when the time came. I think that's important. When the time came. I've tried to give up a few times, but the time wasn't ready, and I didn't do any research or change my thinking habits, thinking patterns. Once he realized alcohol wasn't making him happy anymore, he just stopped without any problem. Okay. Take someone who goes along with the crowd and easily influenced by others. As another example, environment plays a huge part in whether they become addicted to alcohol. If they hang out with heavy drinkers, chances are they'll become one too. In that case, their best hope might be to find a new crowd to hang out with, or at least one person who inspires them to enjoy activities without the drinking. Same personality trait, two completely different outcomes. The idea of an addictive personality leaves the drinker with a little hope. Okay, they might feel like, oh well, this is the personality I was born with, might as well make the most of being drunk. When in fact that person may have everything they need to overcome their addiction if they were able to take a different perspective. As a society, we revere alcohol. We love it. As a society, we do love alcohol. And we turn a blind eye to all the harm it causes. So, by labeling a person as having an addictive personality, we're letting alcohol off the hook as the problem. Alcohol is the problem, not the individual, not you. It also lets us off the hook. Other people might have a problem, but we're fine. This can even lead to overconfidence with drinking and make us more reckless. How reckless have you been? Think about it. How many times have you seen someone drive home from a party when they should have called a cab? Taxi! Chances are their last words as they headed out the doors, I'm fine, I'm fine. Let's hope they were. All right, today, think about whether you've considered yourself to have an addictive personality? Yet I have. Have you blamed yourself for the downward spiral and let alcohol off the hook? Let alcohol off the hook for its part of the equation. Write down a list of your top 3 positive and negative personality traits and be honest. No one is going to see this but you. Have a think about it. Then, for each one, think about how that trait could lead you deeper into addiction and how it could lead you out of that drinking cycle. Don't judge yourself. Don't try to do anything with what you're writing. Just introduce a new idea and let your subconscious think about it, mull it over for a while, a few days. Think about your personality. What part of your personality got you into drinking? The same thing could lead you out. I saw that Alcoholics Anonymous was started by these 2 people who knew this alcoholic. This alcoholic went to Carl Jung, and Carl Jung didn't want to say this publicly, but he said, this guy, for him to give up his addiction to alcohol, he has to have a spiritual encounter with God. Wow. He didn't want to say, because he's a science man, he didn't want that out public because he'd get ridiculed. But his friend, that guy he was trying to help with his alcohol addiction, told other people, and they started that 12 step. And part of it is believing in God. So interesting, Carl Jung, he is really interesting. He's a psychiatrist, so he's into the science, but he has an element of belief in a higher power. And alcohol to me is weirdly connected to me trying to have a spiritual experience. And there is possibility to have a union with God. When I drink, it feels like I'm absorbing my personality and I'm going off into a weird meditation. That weird meditation is also possible without alcohol if I try and have a spiritual experience by myself in my room, pushing in to experience God. That is possible. So my alcohol was me as an individual and my personality type. I am a real seeker. I seek and put myself in circumstances where I experience things. I go to different spiritual communities and so forth, and just to see how other people connect with God. And I've had some really interesting experiences. But for me to have those experiences, I have to push in and give myself up to God. When I'm fully drunk, it's the same sort of feeling. I'm just letting go of all my self. And drinking is sort of killing the ego and killing myself. So that's part of my personality, is being a seeker. And I can see, reading this, that is my superpower. And if I push into seeking in more of a healthy way, then that will actually automatically counterbalance and help me let go of what I think is a need for alcohol to help me seek. If you know what I'm saying. Anyway, just thought I'd let you know what I was thinking with this addictive personality and the reasons why I drink. Just being a bit open. Is that something similar to you? If you're journeying with me, maybe you're very similar with liking to question, seek, and why are we here on this universe, and being able to connect to a higher power. It is in the 12-step thing, is my life is fucked. I give it up to whatever it is, whatever you call it. I'll continue. Reflections. We have Lindsay. While this is hard for me, I don't like to think of my negative personality characteristics because I don't want to own them. I am strong like many others in this experiment. I like to do things myself. Control issues, he puts in brackets, question mark. I am loyal, kind, and forgiving, which has led me to forgive myself each morning and start each day fresh, only to drink again that night. It is good for me to forgive myself, but I find myself wondering what I'll do once the 30 days are up. Forgiveness and moving on, that is powerful. I can totally see why the traits I have can work for or against addictions. I can either spiral downward or climber upward. I say climb, which implies effort in this experience, but I have really not put forth much effort except to open my mind, the naked mind. I feel now that my opened mind was ready and happy to receive this new information and new way of thinking. It will take effort. It's easy to slip down the gates of hell, a path easy and slope down and easy to get to. That was a quote that was in the Gladiator 2 movie, which I butchered and didn't get right. Bess, it is interesting that same personality traits that can lead to the spiral down into addiction can also be helpful in finding the way out. One thing that is sticking with me is the fact that the only thing we have any control over is ourselves, and we can only change our thoughts, behaviors, and wishes. We cannot change anyone else. Thanks, Bess. Whoa, that was a short chapter. Thanks for joining me. Well, I hope you like addictive personalities. I expected it to get in there and to make me really think, oh yes, I've got an addictive personality. Of course I'm an alcoholic. Of course I'm using alcohol. But these traits of me that cause me to go down that drinking path and make the easier way, and go, oh, yes, I'm drinking tonight, yeah. Those same characteristics and traits is what's making me do a video every night and to be so willed and push in. And I like that. I like that part about me, is if I'm deciding to do something, I will do it, and do it to the extreme, whether it's good or whether it's bad. And nothing is good or bad. It's all an experience, and I'm liking this experiment. So thanks for joining me. And join me again tomorrow, where video 26. Wow, I've done 26 days of 2 videos a day. I'm feeling chuffed that I've managed to accomplish that, and I will keep going. So join me, and we will find out. There could be some setbacks, but there is a way forward. You're doing good. Tell me what you're drinking down below. As always, chink. And I will see you tomorrow or in the morning, doing the daily stoic as always, and then the reading of this at night. Experimenting. We are pondering, trying out new beliefs, and maybe trudging up that hill out of addiction. We can always choose to go back if we like, and can choose to do another 33 alcohol free in the future. It could take a few times of trying. We've created a lot of habits, and I was really feeling like a drink when I was watching a movie because that's what I always do. And I was thinking about it while I was watching the movie, sometimes going, the bottle shop's open. But then I was like, no, I'd like to know how it ends. And also I'd like to say in the video that I didn't drink. So that's been huge for me, these videos. And I would have gone and got a drink. I reckon I would have if I didn't have to talk to you. So thank you. And see you tomorrow as I continue and you continue. Keep pressing play. Come back every night and we will ponder, question our relationship with this not so much of a friend, alcohol. I'll stop rambling. Got enough of me. It's a quick night. Why am I rambling? I'm making it too long. Get a good sleep. Bye.